Welcome back. I'm Tedward. Welcome to Bond Group and welcome to the grocery getter of the day. We've got to run some errands here locally in Waltham, and instead of bringing out the big guns with some crazy exotic vintage car like the Bizzarini, we're going to take the 2CV6 Charleston. I think this is one of the most entertaining things a person can drive. And as much as we love to posture with our muscle cars and our classic cars, these 2CV6s are a joy. You cannot help but smile. And if you don't like driving these, you probably just don't like driving. So I'm going to show you around when we get to our destination. But first, we got to get on the road. I've got the roof rolled back. Oh, so good. Now, it was starting really nicely without the choke, but if you need the choke, it's right down here. Key, get a good neutral. And there it is. Our pretty silent 602cc twin, so it's 2 cylinders, it's air-cooled, front-wheel drive, jumping to life with our tight little pedal box here. Oh my goodness. I always feel a little vulnerable. This is one of my favorite shifters in the game. I think they call it an umbrella shifter. It's dash mounted. It's a dog leg because the way this works is over and forward, that's reverse. Over and back is first, second, third, fourth. So it is pretty intuitive, but you just gotta get used to the fact that it is an dog leg transmission. Let's see how this goes. Got to get used to the fact that it's slow. Got 29 raging horsepower. It is exceedingly comfortable though. Let's see, we'll pop down this window for noise. See if I can do this while we're stopped here. All right, I'm running into my first 2CV quirk. I want to put this window down. So first I have to unlatch it from over here. The thing is, if I'm sitting like this, how do I get you to latch? So I think I actually have to get out of the car to latch this window. Let's see, car will roll for sure. So I think I got to do this and actually push. There we go. That's a 2CV quirk. If anybody knows that I'm just doing something dumb and there's a much better way to do that, let me know. I'm happy for your 2CV expertise. Allez bleu! And we're in the Citroën! Bentley is where the FIFA French team practiced. No, this one drives like a dream. Not exactly a drag racer at off-the-line performance, but we're treating it with respect. That's fun. I very much like that. I can't believe regular traffic is going too slow for me in a 2CV right now. That is not what I expected. Every corner is an adventure in a 2CV. Okay. I gotta say, I'm in a great deal of comfort. You can hear stuff rattling around for sure, but it's clever suspension does such a good job. My neutral jiggle is like this. Bro, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Does not have self-canceling blinkers, so I gotta just keep double checking that I'm actually doing the correct thing here. Ice cream. We'll do that after. Inching up to the speed limit, top gear. There we go. Likes a complete stop for first gear, but we gotta be, I don't know, this is a little sketchy. Okay, we got a green light now. I'm like, right on red, if someone comes fast, I can't get out of my own way, so that can get sketchy. the only way I know how to get to Boston Dynamics from Bond Group is to take 95. And I thought that would be a pretty bad idea in this car. I mean, I would do it, but I don't really want to. And so I chose this direction. I had to keep looking at my phone though, because I really didn't know my way around. But now I know where we are. Easily the best car in the parking lot right now. Oh, go ahead. Although there is an Acura Integra Type S here. That's very nice. However, we are going to roll up in this and get what we need to get. There we go. Mission accomplished. This feels a little like Ferris Bueller pulling up to school, except instead of a Ferrari 250, I've got the 2CV.
Exactly what I had in mind.
Not bad, huh?
It's pretty sweet. She's a peach.
It's really nice, actually. Let's crack the hood, because we haven't done that yet. Now we can start to get in here. I have probably never seen a prop stick this long on an automobile. But under here, that's your little 602cc twin. And it's powered, fueled, and aired by that single Solex carb. There's a little engine number down there. You've got these stamps, and this one is not a rat's nest of wires like the last one we drove, nor does it really leak. This one's pretty tidy, so it has been quite a little buzz around thing. It's funny because like it's an air-cooled car, so just like we think about Porsche 911s, you've got to have a big old fan, so that's just running and doing its job, and you know, it's doing everything it can to keep 29 horsepower in line for you. The greatest thing here is that is your shifter linkage. So that's what I'm playing with in there. And that's just going directly down to this transmission. It is probably one of the most serviceable cars in history. You could probably lift it. Actually, it would be hard to lift just because there's so much suspension droop that it would stay on the ground for a long time. The jack for this thing looks like that of something you would use in a TRX or some off-road thing where you just really got to crank it up because it'll just keep its wheels on the road. So, all right, let's turn around and head back. Mission accomplished. I picked up this DJI lav mic setup that I'm going to see if I can use for cycling because I figure I can pop these on my jersey. And then got some new Atlas stickers from Boston Dynamics from my friend, which is really cool. I'm excited about that. Put that on my computer or something. Okay, tight little pedal box. We'll go into reverse. Loads of visibility. Oh, it's the best car in the world. I would love to drive a really old one because the really old ones have a removable back seat that's like a wicker chair, so that way you can make a little picnic out of your drive. They definitely have the French mentality. Ooh. A nice color on that Audi. across the line. In America, this car is like a Chinese pop star. Nobody knows what it is, except that it's more famous than anyone in America. It's like one of the most famous cars ever made, one of the most prolific cars ever made. There's so many of them out there. Globally, more people know this car than probably any American car. And yet, Americans look at it and say, what the heck is that? And I love that. I love it when a cultural icon is blind to an entire society. And I think that's really fun about a car like this, because nowhere else in the world do you have to explain what it is. But here, you'll constantly be explaining what you're driving. Whoa, what's going on here? That's a crazy move, man. Not good. Not good. Unbelievable. Taking a left from the right lane is such a Massachusetts thing to do. You gotta just miss your turn. The perfect little runabout. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take the highway. I'm pretty comfortable at this speed, and that's fine. I don't think I need to clock this thing at 65 miles an hour. Hard to hit the heel toe on this thing. You gotta really reach for it. Can't make that. You've got to use your brain when you're driving this thing. Okay, everyone's stopping because now it's red, or I have an arrow. Can't even tell because I'm getting blocked by this thing. Lights are less important to me in this car than what actual other cars are doing, because if anyone hits this, there is nothing between me and the outside world. Probably more dangerous than a motorcycle. The bring a trailer walk around is done. Now we can button it up and drive it home. These things are just so insanely simple, but wildly functional. And that is probably the coolest thing about the 2CV, is that it has this miraculous suspension that was designed to drive over plowed fields at alarming rates of speed. And you can actually see these struts. Oh, let's go on the other side. You can actually see the struts in the suspension. It's really a cool system. And it was such a cool system, and it was so innovative. Let's get a plate on this while we drive home. It was such a cool system, and it was so innovative. Okay. It was so innovative that when the French developed this, they actually developed it pre-World War II. These cars didn't come out till after World War II. Citroën, they actually went and buried their prototype cars because they did not want the Germans to have access to the suspension technology. They knew that if they had access to the suspension technology, it would only allow them to travel faster across Europe. So there's just some really cool history with this car. And they unburied some of them, not all of them. So there are still buried 2CVs out there, or whatever they were calling them back then, in the French countryside, because they were trying to protect essentially sensitive technology, national secrets. This car was a national secret. The more time you spend in it, the less silly it becomes. And the more you're just like, yeah, it's my car. I would totally use this as a car. I mean, I commute on the highway, so maybe it doesn't really work for me. It's still pretty darn cool. I think I have a Nissan Micra behind me, and it looks big. The revs don't drop super fast, so I need to learn to be patient between shifts. Forget how big these tires are. They're either 125 sections or 135 sections. We'll check when we get back to Bond Group. I have the right of way here, but people are scared. So we are going to take our time. It's looking good. Should have done a fuel efficiency test along the way. All right, let's take a quick peek and see what these tires are. I know it's a 15-inch wheel, but I forget what section the tires are. They're so small. Kill this, and you know what, just for posterity, in case, it's a 125 section tire. My goodness. Wow, thank you guys so much for driving around town with me in a Citroën 2CV. I say it that way because if I say Citroën like Americans say it, I will get blown up in the comments. I'm sorry, in America, sometimes we just say things a little wrong. We say, instead of Peugeot, we say Peugeot. That's how the commercials taught us. You can look at American commercials and you'll see why we pronounce things incorrectly. So just appreciate that we appreciate it though. At least give us that. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thanks to Bond Group for tossing me the key to this wonderful little 2CV6. And actually, before I sign off, I do want to show you this key because it's pretty sick. This is the key to a 2CV. It looks like it opens something in a house. It's unbelievable. Anyway, don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.